In this video, you are going to be knowing the difference between God's voice and your thoughts. We are aware that God can speak to you through thoughts, through images in your imagination. Now, how then can I distinguish the voice of my mind from the voice of God? Now, before I continue, please like this video so this video can spread to a greater number of people on this YouTube platform. Now, let's go. The first key is sincerity. Before you begin to take this journey, you must first be sincere with yourself, and you must be sincere before Jesus that you really want His will. When you take the heart posture of sincerity, it will be easy for you to distinguish. So you must understand that the voice of your thoughts is calculative, while the voice of God is sudden. 1 Kings chapter 19 verse 13. Look how the Bible said. It says, so it was when Elijah heard the voice of God, when Elijah heard it, that he wrapped his face in his mantle and went out and stood by the entrance of the cave. Suddenly, a voice came to him. So you must understand that in the voice of God is sudden, while your thoughts is calculative. You are here, you are praying, trusting God about an issue, and you are not trying to think about that particular matter, and it drops into your heart. Or you are going to the market, you want to get something, all of a sudden, it's like suddenly you just had this witness, you just had this feeling within you to, instead of buying it from store A, you had this sudden knowing to buy it from store B. Pay attention to those sudden nudges, especially if you are inclined in the spirit. The voice of God is not calculative. It's not, sometimes it comes and it's like you are taking a decision that does not make sense. So long you have the leading, flow with it. Now the Bible said in Daniel chapter 10, let's start from verse 7. It said, and I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men who came with me did not see the vision. So this is Daniel in the vision. Now let's jump to verse 10. It said, suddenly, it said, a hand touched me, which made me tremble on my knees and on the palm of my hands. And he said to me, oh Daniel, are you seeing the voice of the angel coming to Daniel? But before the voice came, there was a sudden action. It says suddenly. The voice of God is spontaneous. It comes like a download. But the voice of your thought is calculative. When you see that you're trying to calculate the advantages, the benefits, of course it's good to calculate when, the Bible said, who is it that wants to build a tower and does not count the cost? It is good to count the cost. But you need to understand that the sudden voice of God, when it comes, it overrides those calculations that you're trying to calculate. That's why sometimes the voice of God does not make sense until the day of testimony, and you'll be thanking God that thank God I obeyed. The Bible said in Matthew chapter 3 verse 17, look how the Bible said, suddenly a voice came from heaven saying, this is my beloved son in whom I am well pleased. The voice of God comes suddenly. We're not trying to think about it. You are just praying, all of a sudden the voice of God just drops into your heart like a thought. It drops into your heart like an image or a flash of vision. Pay attention to those tokens you receive, because those are whispers from the realm of the spirit that God is trying to bring your attention into. When you start calculating, is it A, is it B, your mind is telling you A, next minute your mind is telling you B, the next minute your mind is telling you A. Just calm down and pray again and say, Lord, which one do you want for me? This may sound funny actually, but if you also want to test the potency of the voice of God, you must learn to ignore the voice of God. Now pay attention. This is what I mean. Don't be quick to judge me, okay? This is what I mean. Sometimes when the voice of God comes to you and you are not sure if it's God, pretend as if you didn't hear. Just pretend. Do you know why? Because the voice of God is insisting. The Bible says, once have God spoken, twice have you heard. God spoke once. Right? The Bible says, once have I spoken and twice have you heard. So if God speaks to you once, if you are just trying to ignore it, you will see that you may be carried away in your daily activity. You are not thinking about what God even said. It will drop again. When that thing begins to happen to me, I know that God is pointing my attention somewhere. So sometimes when God speaks to me, I'm not sure, could this be God? I just ignore it. I go around my daily activity. In the middle of my very busy activity, that I should not even be thinking of what God said before, it drops again. Okay, sometimes I ignore again for the second time. I go around my daily activity. Like, when I even get more busy that I should not even think about what God said, it drops again. The voice of God is insisting. Once have God spoken, twice have you heard. So this is another pointer. So God may be saying, show this guy favor, and you ignore it. You are in your daily activity. It will come again. Show this guy favor. It will drop again. You ignore. You wake up in the morning, you're having your morning devotion. Oh, glory to Jesus. It drops again. Show Joshua's generation favor. God, why am I having this guy? Okay, you go to work. You are driving on the highway. Show Joshua's generation favor. Are you seeing how it works? The voice of God is insistive. Everything I'm teaching here is 100% scripture. The Bible said in 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 10, it said, now the Lord came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. He said the Lord came and stood as at other times, meaning God has been calling. He said God came as at other times. So the voice of God is insisting. Sometimes just pretend as if you didn't hear it. It will come again. It will keep coming. This is another pointer to know. If it is your normal mind, your normal flesh thoughts, when you ignore it, it leaves. So you may even forget. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are just few practical steps to know the voice of God from the voice of your mind. Please like this video. Leave on the comment section what part actually stood out for you in this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because when you do so, you will always get alerted or notified whenever we share a new video. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.